Welcome to KQEG and Seven Rivers Sports. I'm your host, Terry Erickson. Each week we bring an inside look into sports, into wellness, into fitness. Well, today the spotlight shines brightly on UWL women's soccer, one of the best programs in the area, certainly in the conference. Our guest today, Jason Murphy, along with Nicole Blaser, and next to me, Kourtni Alcock. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.
First thing I noticed, maybe you can shine in those shirts. First thing I noticed when you walked into the set was those shirts. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, we had our Playing for a Cause game, I think 2 weeks ago now, and we just we decided to do it for Gunderson, and we just played that day for the kids. I think, was it one boy in particular, right? Yeah, and then our whole team got these shirts, and then the money that we raise goes towards the cause. So
Raised quite a bit of money, Nicole?
Yes, we did. It was a very good cause. The Children's Miracle Network came out to support, so couldn't complain.
Well, good. And I imagine, just knowing you, Jason, and this is the second time you've been on the show, and we're going to talk about the program and you, and up close and personal with our two guest players. But knowing you, that's probably part of your mission is to get your athletes involved in the community.
Yeah, I think it's easy to recognize an organization like the Children's Miracle Network, and it's nice because it's a local organization, and it's really nice to give back to them. And we go out of our way with our student athletes and try to give them different opportunities to give back. We volunteer every week with the Cooley Region United Soccer Association. We went up to the YMCA in Holman for a Sunday, so we really engage them and force them to do different things a little bit outside their comfort zone, and just to kind of show them different experiences.
Well, that's a tribute to you, and I know the Mike Murphy's a good friend of mine, along with Ken Cable and your new women's coach, Karen Middleton, and I know they have the same philosophy, and it starts from the top down in terms of getting involved in the community. As we tape the show here in mid-October, 10-3, at 3-1 in the conference, and you're headed to St. Mary's, and then you have some conference games ahead, which we'll talk about. But your third year as head coach, let's assess the progress so far.
Yeah, I think we get caught up in the moment every day, and we want to do great things daily, but we've made a lot of progress. We're pretty happy about where we are in year 3, and we're not there yet, and we got a long way to go, but we're really happy looking back to the first year and then the progress we made last year by making the national tournament. And it's funny how last year that was the reach and that was really the goal, and this year that's like the standard. And so it's really changed. The players have really embraced the opportunity to compete at a high level daily, and it's just a joy to be around every day.
Well, I don't know if our viewers know this, but you're going to in a minute. That's reflecting on you. But 2015 Coach of the Year, led UWL first ever NC2A championship, regular season and conference championship. I mean, that you accomplished your goals. And did you think that was possible when you took the job?
Yeah, I did. Looking at the history of the athletic department, this UWL wins, and UWL athletics is very successful, not only in the Midwest and in the WIAC, but on the national stage. And I came here with the goal of giving a team, a bunch of individual players, the opportunity to play in a Final Four and to really compete at that high national level. And so I do think we thought from the get-go that we could do that. And it's a credit to the players. They work hard every single day on the field. They work hard in the classroom. So it's really easy.
They do, and again, I don't know if our viewers all know this, but what a exciting time to be a UWL Eagle, because the men and women's cross country, the volleyball team, soccer, football, all doing well as we launch into the school year. So, and we broadcast all the football games, so we know the success of the program. Well, Nicole Blaser, a senior from Pewaukee, down by Milwaukee, been there many times. Your high school experiences, reading your resume, you had a lot of success in sports and in academics. Talk about some of that success and maybe some defining moments.
High school prepared me for college, I guess, so Pewaukee was a great school to go to. Academics-wise, it kind of set the standard for where I thought I needed to be academically in college too, and it pushed me to grow. As far as sports, it was easy to or I don't want to say easy per se, but it was nice to be able to expand my horizons and do different sports and come to college playing soccer then.
Well, good. And of course, Kourtni from Rochester, John Marshall, been up in Rochester many times. Your success in high school, as I reviewed prior to going on the air, was equally as impressive.
Yeah, we did have a nice high school program. I think coming from like a bigger town, it was nice having like the rivalry competitions too within the town, like Century, Mayo, and Lourdes. And then we would always play some of the bigger schools from the cities as well, which I think soccer-wise helped me prepare for college, and just like the athleticism of some of the teams that came from up there too. And like school-wise, academically, we were pretty strong as well. So
Go back down memory lane a minute, because all of us have people that inspired us when we were young, got us really interested in athletics, set the stage, were there to support us, and you can reflect back on, as all of us do in our life, people that were instrumental. How about for you?
mine would be my dad, because growing up, like, he coached soccer all the time, and I would always be at all the games and practices and help him set up for practices or travel with the team for games and stuff like that. So he really kind of set the stage for me and like a standard to hold myself to and stuff like that. He was just a big influence in my soccer career for sure. And he was my coach for a few years as well, so I learned a lot from him.
Youth soccer in the Milwaukee area, I know it's big. As I drive there officiating and visiting and so on, I see soccer fields all over with plenty of both young boys and girls out playing. I presume that was how you got started, but talk about how that developed in your life in terms of how you got started.
Sure. I started when I was probably before kindergarten now, so it's been a long time, but we had a lot of clubs around the area that were really big into developing foot skills and just the love for the game. So you surround yourself with teammates who also love the game, and it kind of trickled on up to college with me, and I couldn't let go of not playing in college, so kind of built on from there, I guess. And it was a good base to come, I guess, to now be able to play in college.
So you had some pleasant experiences, both of you did. What's your appetite? You had some good people surrounding you, and that appetite grew. You didn't really, sometimes you get into programs where you have bad experiences and then you lose your interest, but you were fortunate to get in good programs. Well, when you recruit people, Coach, that's a key, of course, collegiately. Whether you're Division 1, 2, or 3 or junior college, that's the key to your success. The rest of it is important too, the teaching and so on. But the recruitment, finding people that fit into your program academically and with skill level. What do you look for in people when you go and visit with them?
Yeah, I think you're right on. You're right on the right track with recruiting. Makes all the difference in having the right players in your program. At UWL, we're lucky. We get to really eliminate a lot of players just because of the academic rigor at UWL and because we're such a high academic school. And I love that part of it. I see that as an awesome opportunity for us to get to work with the best and the brightest students. And because they're so engaged academically, they're really engaged as an athlete or for us in soccer. We really spend a lot of time trying to figure out exactly who these people are, who these prospective student athletes are, how hard they work, how hard they train, how engaged they are, how they react to coaching. So we spend a lot of time not only watching them play, but also talking to them, talking to their family, talking to their coaches, and really just observing, spending a lot of time observing, like how do they react when their team gives up a goal? How do they react when their teammate scores a goal? All that stuff matters because when you come here and play for us, you have to be engaged and you have to be excited about your teammates having success, and you have to be excited about the challenges that you're going to face. And we are going to give up goals, hopefully not very often, but occasionally we're going to give up goals, and we're going to lose. We're going to lose games, and you have to be able to turn around and you have to be able to compete and be ready to battle the next day.
Nicole, why lacrosse? You had a lot of other opportunities too. Before we go to break, tell us a little bit about what drew you to lacrosse.
I think it's the best of both worlds with academics and athletics. Not many schools can go out and offer a bluff to go hike on a Sunday, you know, and then you can also go and hit the river and go to the beach if it's warm enough. And the people there on campus are very they're involved with everything, and I kind of walked on the campus and fell in love, so.
Kourtni, you had choices too, and your choice brought you south to this God's country, by the way.
I did come here for the scenery and like the active campus as well, but it was also close to home for me too, so my family was close enough to come to all the games and stuff like that, which was pretty important to me. And then just like the atmosphere, I guess, as well. It's a very active campus, like Nicole said, and that just meant a lot to me, so that's kind of why I chose here too. So.
I think we're kind of glad they came, don't you think, Coach?
Yeah, without a doubt.
And we're going to talk more about UWL women's soccer and get to know these girls up close and personal right after this.
LASIK surgery at Mayo Clinic Health System.
Well, I was very nearsighted. I couldn't see 3 feet in front of me without things being blurry, so I had to wear glasses.
We screen patients. We try to make sure that they're appropriate candidates for LASIK, that their prescription is within the range, that it's reasonable to do it, that they have a good understanding of what they can expect, that they have a good understanding of what the benefits are and what the risks are.
For more information on LASIK surgery, contact Mayo Clinic Health System.
At Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning, we have assembled a championship team
who listens to what your needs are.
We install carrier comfort systems that improve the comfort, efficiency, and the air quality of your home and workplace.
We serve you with highly trained technicians who are prompt, friendly, and honest.
For Gold Star treatment, turn to the experts, Carrier and Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning, your comfort is our business.
Welcome back to 7 River Sports again. The spotlight today shines brightly on UWL and the women's soccer program, one of the best in the state of Wisconsin and extending into the Midwest. Jason Murphy and Nicole Blaser and Kourtni Alcock are our guests. Well, when you look at on the scoreboard at the university and you look in some of the printed material, it talks about building champions in school, in sport, in life. Pretty ambitious mission statement. How do you do that, Coach?
Well, I think that it starts, for us, it starts in everything we do. We don't cut corners. We pay attention to all the details. And then in sport, obviously, we compete hard every day. We train hard every day. We care about our teammates. We put our teammates first. And then, obviously, we're trying to chase championships. And then in school, obviously, that's easy. These students came to UWL because they're engaged academically. And so really the academic side is just making sure that we allow them enough time to stay engaged in their academic life because they're really driven and motivated academically. And then in life, it starts with some of the volunteering we're doing and some of the different opportunities that we try to give them, not only through the soccer program, but through the greater athletic department and even just on campus, and really let them engage in their major, being involved in the club with their major, and doing different things that allow them to get different experiences that are preparing them to chase championships in life.
So it's a version of servant leadership and putting back into the community, as you said. Well, let's put our academic hats on for a while here. And Nicole, talk a little bit about your academics, your career. Where are we going to see you in 5, 10, 15 years?
I'm actually graduating in May, so I will then go to PT school, and you'll see me as a physical therapist.
Really? A successful physical therapist?
You betcha.
Well, good. And I have no doubt about that, by the way. And Kourtni, what follow-up to that?
Well, that mine might not be as good as hers, but as of right now, I'm not really sure. Studying sports management, so hopefully something in the sports field. I haven't quite figured it out yet, so hopefully I got a little bit of time to figure it out.
I'm sure the doors of opportunity will open too.
I would hope.
And when they do, don't knock on the door, kick it open.
All right, I will.
and enter in and say, "I'm here, I'm here, I'm here." Well, you wear multiple hats, of course, Jason. Unlike Division I coaches who just coach and that's it. I mean, you're the facilities director, by the way, there's a lot of new exciting things on the horizon, even maybe some new fields for you and for the other club teams and so on. So as the facilities director, that's complex too.
Yeah, it's engaging. It's exciting for me. I have an administrator's background a little bit, and I like to spend a little bit of my time thinking like an administrator, and it really gives me an opportunity to work with different people on campus. I've really been able to build relationships with other people across campus and facilities and in administration, and so I enjoy it. I don't look at it as a challenge or a problem or a challenge. I look at it as something that's super exciting for me, and we're trying to do better and greater things with our facilities. One that you speak a little bit of is we're adding a turf soccer field, and we're pretty excited about that next summer, and it's really going to create some extra opportunities for not only the soccer program but for a lot of the students in general on campus, and so it's an awesome opportunity for the university, and we're excited that the administration has supported it.
You know, I wasn't aware of that change, that upgrade, and that recent development. So, I mean, just the whole campus area and the improvements are just unbelievable if you haven't been around there looking at what's happened and what's on the horizon. So, lots of exciting times. Well, Nicole, you're a leader, senior. You're expected to be a leader. How do you handle drama? Because whether it's a men's or women's, and at any level, there's always drama. How do you handle that?
You try to squash it right away. I mean, I hope we're all adults on the team, as it's a common joke on our team. So we're all adults here, but you hope that you don't have to handle the drama, and you hope that, you know, soccer time is soccer time. What happens before soccer, it needs to stay off the field so we can work hard. So.
And Kourtni, are you good at diffusing drama? You're not part of it, I hope, because you're a leader too.
Right, exactly. No, I would hope so. I think, like she said, the biggest thing is when we step on the field, that has to go away for the time being, and we can figure it out off the field afterwards. But when we step on the field, we're a team, we work together, and we're going to put it aside to reach our goals.
You've had lots of coaches in your career, starting when you were young. Describe an ideal coach to our viewers. Think back and what do you look for in a coach?
I think you just look for someone that is that you look up to, but also that is willing to go above and beyond for you, like off of the soccer field or off of the court or wherever, what sport you're playing. I think it's really important that a coach supports you in life as well. So I think that's one of the aspects that I genuinely look for in a coach.
And I assume, too, Nicole, that there have been many life lessons that have come your way as a result of having good coaches. Talk about that, and describe an ideal coach.
Like Kourtni said, an ideal coach is someone who's there for you, not only on the field, but off the field. And I think someone who pushes you to become the best athlete that you could possibly be, and also supports you academically as well, especially in college, because it is harder in college for academics.
Well, as we tape the show, by the way, in case you just joined us, 10-3 overall, 3-1 in the conference, on their way to being on top of the conference again. And as we tape the show, you have one non-conference game left, Coach, and then you have Whitewater Stout, Oshkosh. Kind of take us through, and then the conference championship. What are you looking for the rest of the way?
Yeah, we got to take them one day at a time. We have the ability to play well when we really want to, and there's not many teams that I feel like can stop us from doing what we want to do when we want to do it. But we have to be engaged. We have to work hard every day. And today we have to worry about St. Mary's, and we have to be focused on St. Mary's, and we can't worry about who's coming next or who we have left. We have to focus on St. Mary's, and if we can be our best today, that's awesome. And then tomorrow we have to come and train hard and be ready for start preparing for Saturday's game, but we can't start focusing on the next day until we get through the first day. We have a tough slate left. We have 4 big-time games left, and we're really excited about the opportunity to play all 4 of those teams. We got 3 tough conference games left, and we got a tough game up in St. Mary's. we always have a little bit of a challenge when we go to St. Mary's, and so we're excited about the opportunity this year. They always just play us really well. It's always a really competitive, good game.
And the WIAA Championships beginning on November 1st, site to be determined?
Yeah, hopefully if we take care of our business, we can get a bye and get the 1 or the 2 seed and have a home game on Thursday and really compete for a conference tournament championship.
Let's rapid fire, Joe. You ready for this? You probably have them in practice where the balls come shooting at you from all different directions. Starting with you, Nicole. Describe leadership.
I joke because I think leadership for our team is someone who pushes you to become the best, but is also a mother figure on the field, and someone who's always there for you.
So are you a mother to your teammates?
Yes, Kourtni and I joke we have 25 little ducklings that we have to mother. So.
But so are you a Pied Piper where the 25 follow you?
Kourtni and I both probably.
Oh, you're the
I mean,
head
there's
of the
some
pack?
strays sometimes, but you try to keep them coming along.
All WIAC last year, by the way. Our viewers hear that, all WIAC, and so obviously they look to you to be a leader. Define leadership as it relates to you.
I think it's just taking a group of people and bringing them together to accomplish a common goal. That's kind of that might be a cliche way of describing leadership, but that's kind of what I think of, especially like on the soccer field. We all want to come together and work to complete our goals. So.
Favorite saying?
Oh, the places you'll go, by Dr. Seuss.
Oh, I've read that to my grandchildren a few times. Favorite saying?
Everything happens for a reason.
Has it happened where you've questioned that, by the way, or something to you?
I'm not necessarily one thing, I guess, but I mean, there's some things that you can look at it and you're like, oh, okay, so that's the reason that I'm here right now, that's the reason why, I guess.
What's something people don't know about you?
Oh boy, let's see. My favorite food is peanut butter, and I love the crunchy peanut butter.
You put it on everything, or what?
Oh, pretty much. I'm pretty sure one of the jars was solely my
We like
jar.
take it into the restaurant with us.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
So, is there anything that would surprise the viewers about some hidden talent or something about you, Kourtni?
Well, yes, I suppose. I can quack like Donald Duck, kind of.
You can, huh?
Yeah.
Is that that's pretty special.
I mean, I think so.
You do that routinely for your teammates?
No, I don't. I kind of keep it a secret.
You do?
A little bit
Well,
until
that's
now,
no secret.
obviously.
All right. Well, you've both had great careers, and a lot more to come, and we're going to read about it. And I'm going to get to one of your matches coming here pretty quick, and we hope the viewers will do the same thing because you play your competition is right next to the football field.
Yep.
And and I know you're a bunch of group of talented student athletes, and we wish you the best the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So again, our guests today, Jason Murphy, Kourtni Alcock, and Nicole Blaser. Thank you for being on the show.
Thanks for having us.
All right, we'll be back with some football film clips right after this.
LASIK surgery at Mayo Clinic Health System.
I can see. I don't have to wear my glasses for driving, to go to the movies, for reading.
And I think it's a wonderful thing to offer people that freedom and independence of lenses, whether they're contact lenses or glasses, to be able to function every day from the morning to the evening and not think about it.
For more information on LASIK surgery, contact Mayo Clinic Health System.
At Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning, we have assembled a championship team
who listens to what your needs are.
We install carrier comfort systems that improve the comfort, efficiency, and the air quality of your home and workplace.
We serve you with highly trained technicians who are prompt, friendly, and honest.
For Gold Star treatment, turn to the experts, Carrier and Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Your comfort is our business.
Welcome back to Seven Rivers Sports. Today, the spotlight was on UWL women's soccer, a great program under head coach Jason Murphy. Well, our cameras were busy covering high school football playoffs. Let's start by traveling up Highway 53 as we see excitement at an all-time high in Galesville as two old rivalries would meet in Level 2 of the WIAA State Football playoffs, West Salem and GET. Redemption was on the mind of the Redhawks as West Salem handed them the only loss back in August. Turnovers were a deciding factor as Ben Behan opened the scoring on a 4-yard run, followed by Butch Haynes from 10 yards out. The Panthers' Brett Heileman got West Salem back in the game on a 81-yard kickoff return, 14-7 after one. 2 TDs in quarter number 2. Haynes on an 11-yard run and Connor Jacobs a 47-yard pass interception, 28-7 at intermission. In the second half, only 2 scores. Haynes, his third TD of the night from 10 yards out, and a Panther TD, a 14-yard pass from quarterback Jacob Whitbeck to Braxton Gelfie. GET dominated in the trenches and went on to win 34-10. The Redhawks 8-3 have not advanced beyond the second-round playoffs in 13 years and take on St. Croix Central on Friday night in Galesville. West Salem closes the season with a respectable 8-3 record. Well, we travel to the eastern part of the state. An old-fashioned shootout at the OK Corral on Friday in Pulaski with the opponent, the Holman Vikings from the Mississippi Valley Conference. The Vikings started fast, scoring 42 first-half points, with Seth Wilson scoring 4 TDs, 42-28 Holman at half. Travis Kowalski's Vikings only scored 1 TD in the second half. Wilson scored his 5th TD, a 20-yard pass from quarterback Isaac Hanlon. Wilson finished with 204 yards and 26 carries. Not to be outdone, Pulaski's Michael Kane scored 5 TDs on just 8 carries for 258 yards. His teammate, running back Dylan Hendricks, ran for 226 yards on 32 carries. 28 second-half points as Pulaski would edge Holman 56-49. Seth Wilson finished his standout senior season with 2,027 yards rushing and 38 touchdowns. Our cameras were also at UWL. Homecoming day at Roger Herring Field. The opponent, Stevens Point. Let's go down to our colleague Reed Magnum for this report.
After starting the season 5-0, the La Crosse Eagles have now dropped 3 straight football games, and today it was a 38-22 loss against UW Stevens Point. The biggest question mark coming into today was, would Tariq Yagi, quarterback for La Crosse, be able to play? And if he did, how effective would he be? A few weeks ago against UW Whitewater, right here at Roger Herring Stadium, he separated his left shoulder, and that forced him to miss all of last week's game at UW Eau Claire. Today, he did all right, 22 of 39 passing for 258 yards, 2 touchdowns, but also 2 key interceptions. Now, as I said, it was a left shoulder separation, but he's a right-handed quarterback. But throughout the week, he was experiencing a lot of pain when he would throw in that torque. He would feel a lot of pain in that left shoulder, but he gave it a go today, and again, mixed reviews. Towards the end of the game, he couldn't finish as he started to run out of steam. Ben Shramsky took over, who did mix in with Yagi throughout the game. Shramsky went 6 of 16 passing for 54 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. The 22 total points, though, for the UWL offense, simply not enough, as the defense got torched for 499 UW Stevens Point total yards and 387 yards passing. A number of those big pass plays, the receivers for Stevens Point, they were wide open. La Crosse has a lot of work to do as it only gets tougher next week as they go on the road to take on UW Oshkosh. From Roger Herring Stadium, Reed Magnum, KQEG Sports.
Thanks for joining us this week here on KQEG 7 Rivers Sports. I'm your host, Terry Erickson, hoping that you will have an active and a healthy week ahead. So long from all of us here at 7 Rivers Sports.